Right, Deuteronomy 33. Parasha Vezos HaBaracha.
Baraka.
Yeah. That's basically the parasha. This is the blessing of Moshe. Wezoth HaBaracha. Wezoth HaBaracha. And this is the blessing.
And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of Yahuwah, Elohim, blessed the children of Israel before his death. And he said, Yahuwah came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came with 10,000 of saints from his right hand, a fiery law for them.
Yeah, we've done a lot of considering of this particular verse, haven't we? Because in the book of Jude, Jude quotes the book of Enoch, but he actually quotes the part of the book of Enoch that quotes Deuteronomy 33, this part here. And there's a lot of hidden mystery in this particular section. We want to do a teaching on it, don't we? A different teaching. But basically, you've got to distinguish between the Torah, the fiery Torah, Dath, that came forth to them, to who? What's called the Kodesh. The Kodesh are usually angelic forces. Prior to the New Testament, the Kodesh were always considered as angels, and then the Kodesh became the Kodeshim, the holy ones, and they took on human form, i.e. some of the disciples and the founders of the early church was called Kodeshim. But at this point, without the power of the resurrected Moshiach of Yotewahwe within them, the angels, it was only angels and angelic forces that had the term Kodeshim, holy ones, and here is the term Kadosh. And here it's represented, it's interpreted as of holy angels. From his right hand, he presented the fiery Torah, the Dath. There's lots of connections to this. One, it's not the Torah that was given to the children of Israel, as we're going to read on. However, it would appear that this fiery Torah that was given to angels, some people's administration of the actual Torah of Moshe, they handle with the same way as a fiery Torah that's filled with exact punishment and judgment. How do we know? Because this word Aish, fiery, and Doth, Torah or law, is connected to the place where Yosef was kidnapped by his brothers. His father sent him to Shechem, but they'd moved on from Shechem. The angel was trying to warn Yosef, your brothers have moved on from here and they've moved to a place called Dathan, and the sages interpret that as fiery Torah, as a fiery law, and they're looking for an excuse to convict you of this fiery judgment, and that's exactly what they did, and that's how Yosef ended up getting sold. And I'll just read it here. It's in 15. Well, I'll just read from 14. It says, and he said to him, Yaakov, to Yosef, go, please. I love it when you see the word na, because it means please. And Yahweh sometimes speaks to us with the same word. He's polite when he asks us to do stuff. Yaakov was polite when he was asking Yosef to do something for him. He said to him, Lech na ro'eh, go please, see about the welfare of your brothers and about the welfare, the shalom of the sheep, and bring me back word. So Yaakov sent him from the valley of Hebron, and Yosef, and came, it was Yosef, where Yavo, Shechema, to Shechem. So his father sent him to Shechem to see about the welfare of his fathers, and that's what's noted in verse 12. Now his brothers went to pasture the sheep of their father in Shechem. Shechem was Yosef's portion, by the way. This was the extra portion, Shechem Achad, that was given to Yosef. The double portion. A man found him, this is verse 15, and there he was, wandering in the field. The man asked him, saying, what do you seek? And he said, my brothers do I seek. Tell me, please. Again, we've got that now, please. Tell, please, to me where they are pasturing. The man said, they have journeyed on from here, for I have heard them saying, let us go to Dothan, which is Dothania, towards Dothan. So Yosef went after his brothers, and he found them in Dothan. In Dothan. So the actual text regarding this, the commentary of the sages, is that they have journeyed on from here. They're no longer in this pasture, and it is pointless to search for them in this general area. The Midrash gives a deeper interpretation of these words, which, had Yosef understood, would have frightened him off. The man was saying, you asked about your brothers, but they have gone away from any feelings of brotherhood. Instead, they have gone to Dothan. For the word dat, law, they are seeking legal grounds to put you to death. Okay, so as you can see, Dothan, a fiery Torah, and this is what some of our fellow Torah keepers are wielding at us. They've not got a hold on the actual Torah. They've got a hold of this fiery Torah. The same Torah, by the way, that saw Yosef sent into Egypt, sold to Egyptian slavery. The same Torah that sells out Yeshua into Roman, Babylonian, the truth regarding Yeshua into Roman, Babylonian exile. If you read on, and do you want to just quote Jude, lover, at the actual portion, what we're referring to? It's because it's so important, isn't it?
So, where from?
Jude.
Yonder.
Jude.
Yeah.
Okay, just the part where it says about Enoch, and it's over the road from, it's over the page from there, not that. It talks about that, and then it goes on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And Enoch from 14, if you read from 14.
And Enoch was the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these things, saying, behold, Yahuwah cometh with 10,000 of his Kodashim, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of their hard speeches, or of their hard which ungodly sinners have spoken against him.
Okay, so is there actually any reference for 114 where he's quoting? No, they don't quote the Enoch passage. But as you can see, that opening, it says, behold, Yahweh cometh with 10,000s of his saints. He's quoting Enoch, but Enoch's actually quoting Deuteronomy 33. And this is a warning, because Jude is warning against those people that come with their fiery Torah and try and discourage and judge believers in Yeshua. So it's here, look. It says, and then he appeared from Mount Paran, and then he approached with some of the myriads of the holy ones. From his right hand he presented the fiery Torah. That's what's written there, isn't it? Yeah, exactly quoting Deuteronomy 33. Exactly quoting. So he's quoting the book of Enoch, that's quoting the book, he's commentating on the book of Deuteronomy. The significance for that, why? because we have to be able to distinguish between the fiery Torah and the Torah given to children of Israel. And we're going to read on next, and it says in Deuteronomy 3, indeed you loved the tribes, all its holy ones were in your hands, for they were gathered at your feet, bearing the yoke of your utterances. Now it's going to start talking also about the Torah that we got.
And Moses commanded us the Torah, the inheritance of the congregation of Yaakov. And he was king in Jeshurun.
Yeah.
When the heads of the people and tribes of Israel were gathered together. Let Reuben live and not die, and let not his men be few. And this is the blessing of Yehuda. And he said, hear, Yahuwah, the voice of Yehuda, and bring him unto his people. Let his hands be sufficient for him, and be thou a help to him from his enemies. And of Levi,
yeah,
he said.
That's it for today, lovey.
Okay.
That's the daily Torah portion for today. So this quote from Jude regarding the book of Deuteronomy is a quote, a commentary on actual Deuteronomy 33. And this is the blessing that Moshe blessed the children of Israel with. Without, first he had to distinguish between the holy ones of Israel and the holy angels, so there was no confusion. And at some point Israel will, once it's been thoroughly blessed and attained its full status in the resurrected power of Yeshua HaMashiach, then we will take dominion back, not just from the fallen angels, but also of all the holy angels. We become the holy ones of Yahweh once we reach our full status. And just to read it again so we can see that distinction. And this is the blessing that blessed Moshe, the man of Elohim, Eish ha-Elohim, the man of the gods, Moshe or Elohim. So that's giving you an understanding of the level of Moshe's significance. And we have in Yeshua the role of Moshe fulfilled. He was the Messiah, who's anointed one to redeem the children of Israel. Yeshua is not only anointed to return the lost house of Yasharel, but also the nations as well, in a more complete and final way. Ha Elohim, the children of Israel before his death. He said, Yehovah from Sinai came. He shone forth from Seir to them. Okay, to who? From Seir. He appeared from Mount Paran, and then he approached with some myriads of holy angels. From his right hand he presented the fiery Torah to them. To who? It's to the fiery angels. Then he approached with some of the myriads of holy angels. From his right hand he presented the fiery Torah to them. So it's the holy angels that get the fiery Torah. Indeed, you loved the tribes of all its holy ones were in your hands, for they were gathered at your feet, bearing the yoke of your utterances, or your words. The Torah that was commanded to us, not to them. The fiery Torah was to them, but the Torah that was commanded to us by Moshe is the heritage of the congregation of Yaakov. And that's what we've got to be able to distinguish, because there's plenty of people out there trying to force a fiery Torah down our throats that's completely disconnected from the Torah of Moshe that is our inheritance, and they're trying to also put on as a yoke that was never intended for the children of Israel, and to bring us under an authority of angels that we were never meant to be brought under the authority of. There's plenty of Stat out there, fiery Torah, and there's not enough of the Torah that was commanded to us by Moshe. And we've got to start to distinguish the difference. And the whole book of Jude is a complete warning against those that try and impose on us a fiery Torah that's filled with punishment and judgment, and that seeks to nullify the truth of the resurrected example of Yeshua HaMashiach indwelling within us to fulfill the Torah of Moshe perfectly, without the fear of death and punishment, because he bore our sins for us. So we can serve now with nothing but love and joy, knowing that we are pleasing to the Father. Why? Because we are in the resurrected power of the Mashiach of Yahweh, who is Yeshua, and we know through grace that we have been brought to that place where we are returned and restored and in the palace of the King, and now we are able to serve without fear, without dread, without under the administration of angels. We are not under the administration of angels. We are in the palace of the King. We are in the presence of a loving Father, and we are his children, and that Torah is our heritage. Yeah, and I think we can say enough. That's enough said, isn't it, love? Or do you want to add some?
Okay.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay then, shalom.